everyone, welcome back to another video. This is me, Mysterious JW, and today I'm going to be watching my win and telling you what I was thinking, so that you can kind of get an idea of what you should do if you haven't got a win already this season. I've had quite a few wins this season. I've had 9 of them before I've even just started doing my videos again, and this is my first one that I've actually caught on video. So this happened. We were talking about retail, but we decided we'll go salty this time. And I said I'd go blue house because I knew there would be on the underneath part, and I knew if people were going to come here, they'd definitely be going for the underneath. So my friend Jack also landed on the same rooftop, so I thought I'll land with him, and I went to the part that I knew he wouldn't go for. So I got this green AR, which you'll see inside, and I was going to go underneath, but then he did that. Which was annoying, but luckily I did find another AR, blue, better. So then, I can see he just got a kill. I can see it through the, wood. Then I see someone put a new build, so I start destroying it. I know that they're around here, so I just saw them break more, so I'm following them, knowing that they're there. I see that they build another one, so I know I'm seconds behind them. So I take my chances, and I go straight down, know their location, and I just shoot them. And you want to go for those headshots like I did. You got 2 headshots, which instantly got her. So then, obviously, I was going to heal with any healables possible. And then, just for a laugh, I didn't really have to do this. I just took it. I got the boogie bomb, and for some random reason I messed around and used it on my teammate. But that does not matter because it didn't affect us one bit. Because we were calm. Yeah, that's one tip. If you're very tense about it, you're probably going to fail because you're going to be trembling, you're going to be double tapping the same button when you don't really want to, and you're going to fail, you're going to press the wrong things. Whilst if you're trying to be as calm as possible, trying to lay back, and also, I use Builder Pro. You don't have to, but that's just something I use in general. Combat Pro is another thing that a lot of people do. So, once we got out of there and I'd got that 1 kill, I knew that there was probably going to be more people in Salty. So, we went to this house, and I thought, right, I'm going to check every single room to see if there's anyone camping or healing. So, I went into this room, I saw some C4s, and then I noticed an explosion. I didn't know what it was, so I placed down C4s myself in different places, and I thought I was going to explode it there, but then I thought, no, C4s. So I decided to go downstairs instead. I saw the back door, obviously it's just been destroyed, but then I knew my friend was in a battle in the end, so what I did is I went around the side whilst he was fighting, so then they wouldn't notice me. And I managed to get this one, and I went up to him. I saw his teammate, I knew his teammate was in there, and I got this kill as well, which I also tried going for the head, but unfortunately I didn't get the headshots. But luckily, because of my friend being a distraction for me, he did enough damage so he was 2 shot anyway. So then I was only ready on 3 kills, and we were off to a very good start in my opinion. So then I'm looking through my inventory, just choosing. I've just chosen I want a hand cannon and a heavy both together, because you know you can go hand cannon and then switch to heavy after you've used it, but I don't actually use it because I decide I'm better off just using my heavy in any situation. But anyway, so now I see some grenades, I pick up the grenades. I'm thinking later on if I get into a build battle and there's a better builder than me, because I'm not the best builder, I know if I have grenades I can always jump to the bottom if he's miles ahead of me and destroy it with grenades. So now I've instantly made him drop and I get the kill on him that way. I wouldn't use that unless if I was in that situation. I then noticed someone had left the chest, which obviously is always to your advantage. But I knew that we didn't really want to be looting too much. We mainly want to be looking for kills so we can kill more people, have less people to fight around the end of the match. So after I just bandaged up to 75 health, we went out of Salty. I think, yes, yeah, I think. Well, my friend didn't. I can't remember now. Was checking. No, I definitely went straight past the house. I remember now. So as I carry on going forward, I know the blue house is there, so I'm gonna go and check that in a second. But I was checking for any loot that was in the petrol station first. I cannot speak today. This is going so bad. But anyway, so I do notice the blue house, and we do actually go and loot that for a second. I was just looking at my map to see where the circle was, which is always good. I did notice, however, there was 31 people alive, and obviously trying to get those kills and a victory royale, I knew we couldn't be looting too much, so I just did a quick loot, let him go upstairs, and I made sure I got anything I could. I just speed ran everything inside, checked everything just to make sure there was no one left, and I got that bit of material, which, that's another tip you should always use. Whenever you're in a house, if you have no material, or even if you do have material, destroy blocks that are around you, like the furniture, and it'll give you material, as you'll know. And even that 4 piece of material, that soon becomes massive amounts. 4. You get 40, then there's 80. You can just carry on doing that, and you'll get loads from that. I remember going to one house doing that, and I got 120, I think, around the end, like 124, something like that. So now I accidentally wasn't looking at the screen for a second, so I jumped down into Dusty. I looked back and realised where I was. I'm now just checking for any mushrooms so I can get my shield. Unfortunately, as I'm sprinting across, I didn't really bump into any mushrooms. So what I do instead is I carry on moving, trying to look for any spare loot, like ammo. So then I build, and I notice a chest. I take the chest thinking, that's good. But at the same time, as I was saying to my friend at the time, it seems a bit suspicious. Why leave a chest when nearly the whole entire place is being looted? And that's when I'm fired at. So at this point, I know he probably has more health than me because I've been in a few battles already. And I'm also on 75 health, so I need to finish him off as quick as possible. As I was right, he had shield on. Luckily, I managed to get enough damage on him before he could get his shots on me, or else I'd have been knocked and my teammate would have to have come. I did notice there was another heavy shotgun. I did mention it to him. However, he also said he'd found one from another person he'd seen loot from. So now, I'm just asking him, do you have any healables? Anyone would. If you didn't ask for healables, that'd just be so random. And he told me that there was some minis, and then I asked, is there anything else? Is there some big shields? And as I expected, he actually said yeah. So I used that as well. So as you know, I'd go back to 100. And so then I knew that I'd have more of an advantage against the people who have just got out of fights, as long as I don't bump into that many people. I had 4 kills by now. I think he had like 2. We were like very close in kills. I'd bump into more people and went round more though. So, but that's the tactic, like I say, positioning. If your teammate is head to head with them, don't go head to head, or else they could use an RPG and kill you both. You want to use one person head to head and one person go around the side and pretty much flank them. And that's what I always do when I am with my friends. They'll always go head to head and I'll go around the side, build up from behind and get the kills from behind whilst they're trying to protect themselves in front. So yeah, it might seem a bit cheap, but it's a good tactic. I don't always use it, but when I'm in with a teammate, you should use it quite a bit. You'll get a lot more kills. Here I was just checking something. So I'm just looking around now, any more loot, just carrying. So then I thought, actually, I don't have that much material, and he had just literally mentioned that he's pretty much on max material. So then it came to me, right, let's gain some material. I did notice that there was another shield. So I'm thinking to myself, do I take the shield or the grenades? And I thought, if I get into a battle, then I'm gonna have to take those grenades. But then I thought, but also if I'm in a battle, I'll need that shield to heal. So instead, I took the shields, which I'm not really bothered about losing grenades to knock people off their bases because I can always use a gun if I needed to. Plus, I don't really get into that situation too often, but when I do, I always normally build up more. So at this point, I think, right, we're in a really good start. He's on about 180 health and I'm on about 175. So I know if we came into a battle, we'd probably have a much higher advantage compared to a lot of people, have more of a chance. And I say to him, retail is the main place to go at the moment. So everyone's probably going to be coming from all the other sides. So I said, let's go retail, because that's where everyone's going to be. At first, I noticed absolutely no one. I noticed that there was oh, I can never say it. I'm going to call it a can. A can. And pretty much when I saw the can, I was thinking, oh, maybe there might be someone in there. And then my friend told me there was another 3. So then, you know, it may be a bit weird. Why would there be 3 porta forts? So thinking as there been in fights, which it didn't really bother me because they could have just used it for a laugh. So I'm just scouting out the area. And at this point, I'm thinking to myself, there must be people camping. And if they're going to get bored of camping, they're probably going to show themselves. So I just carry on looking around the outskirts of retail. But I also want to be careful of my behind, so I do occasionally look from different directions. And I'm lucky I actually did that, because if I didn't, then, what do you call it? I actually were about to get shot at a second. That's why I was always moving and jumping at the same time. So it would help me a lot. So now, when I'm about to get shot from a certain direction that I don't know yet where it's coming from on the screen yet. Where is it? Okay, there. So I noticed it's coming from about east, northeast, something about that. I thought at the time it was southeast or east. So I'm going in like southeast and all that direction. But then I think to myself, well, there still might be people in retail, so I'm carrying on looking back, carry on looking forward. But then, just as I'm going this way, towards like Paradise and Lonely, I think I can't see anyone. What would be the point? So I do carry on going a bit further, and I'm just looking around the whole entire circle, seeing where some people might be. I don't notice anyone. I'm still scouting. I'm not letting anyone out of my sight. We do then notice, well, my friend does at first, I'm mainly just looking around for people. We do notice one of those portals, the rifts. So, when he tells me of the rift, we both decide, why don't we use that and tower over retail? Because then we have kind of a height advantage, like we can't attack them, but obviously then we can scout the area out better, and then we've got a more chance of winning because we know more locations. So he builds a bit early, but who really cares? Then as we go, I say, let's scout the area. So at first I was thinking about that little mountain top, but then I thought, no, let's look at retail. And it's actually very lucky I decided to look at retail, because then we noticed firing going on from the porta fort from the bottom. So whilst he goes around that side, I think whilst he's going there, I'll go around from the back. As you see, someone gets into one of those. I noticed how low it was, so now I'm going for the kill. I noticed I'm being attacked, but I saw my friend being attacked as well. So I make sure I got the kills. So now I'm on 6 kills. I'm thinking we're in a good position. We're not exactly in the outer edge, but we're not exactly right inside in the middle. So I'm thinking there's probably going to be people coming in the direction I'm looking at, around west, northwest, and southwest. And then I noticed a build, and I'm thinking, are they in there? So I start to just shoot with my scar a little bit, getting a bit damage done to see if anyone gets scared. But then it comes to me, I notice them, do a bit of damage to them after I notice them moving. However, then a drift notices me and starts damaging me, who I didn't even know. I'm low on health, so I know I need to retreat. I can't carry on. Yeah, I might be able to get a bit of damage in, but what's the point? If I die and I can't help my teammate. If I get back, I might be able to help my teammate a bit more. So he's told me that there's people from behind attacking as well. So I'm going in here to heal, so then there's a lower distance for them to see me. The only way they could see me is if they looked behind the stairs, which I thought, if they're so concentrated on some of the other people, like my friend, then I can heal up enough to go round the back. So I tell my friend, right, come with me, we need to go this way. If we can flank them whilst they're busy versing some other people, we'll have an advantage, because they'll probably already be lower than us. So now, I'm thinking to myself, right, we've got to quickly finish these off, because the storm is moving in. We've only got 1 minute to kill 3 people who are in retail row. However, then I notice a cuddle team leader. I quickly get the kill and see he has a sniper and a legendary heavy shotgun. So I'm thinking to myself now, right, this is a good situation. I've got even better weapons than I expected. I've got 2 epics and 2 legendaries. What else could you really want? So I'm thinking, oh, they had bandages. How many bandages? Saw that they only have 1, but still 5 bandages. that's just a normal set of bandages. That can help out a lot. I noticed there's a hand cannon. I noticed some small shields that he gave to me, so I quickly took that. But then, as I'm thinking about what should I carry, because I'm like, oh well, I could take more small shields for healables and all that. I get rid of the hand cannon and get a bit of a small inventory. Then I noticed the store is literally right in our face, so we start running back into retail. And then we noticed, well, he noticed first, that there was only 2 other people alive. So we're thinking they might be in retail. He builds, but I tell him, use that build as a distraction instead. If they're in retail, they're going to go after that. So I said, why don't we go to the circle? So I told him to follow me. He did go a bit of a different way, which I guess was a better idea, because we weren't exactly right next to each other. So I see this supply drop. I know I'm probably going to get something good, and I did. I got a grenade launcher, which I knew I'd probably get a few more kills with. So then, I'm thinking, what should I take? However, I do now look at it and I do see a medkit, and I'm like, I should have took that medkit and healed quickly and then kept the bandages. But hey ho, I made a mistake. Then I'm saying let's go around this side. But then I noticed the storm, well, my friend did once again. He said, oh, why don't we go around the front side instead, exactly there, because you won't have enough time. There's only 30 seconds left. So I'm like, right, I'm going to use the mountain as the shield. So if they're going to be trying to snipe us, I can use this instead to protect myself, so then no one can hit me. Whilst my friend's going out and about, I can quickly get a quick sniper shot if we notice them. So now, at this point, I'm thinking to myself, right, there's 2 other people left. They're probably around here in the desert somewhere, and they've probably got a good chance of winning because they've probably got good weapons. But I also thought, I've got good weapons. I've got 3 legendaries and 1 epic. I've got a healable, so I've also got a good chance. I tell my friend to be careful as I notice him going for a supply drop. They could be using that as bait. But luckily, they were nowhere near to actually see us get it. Then, he says he thinks he's noticed them at north. So I'm like, alright, I'll look there. And then it was just then I saw a shot and they started building. So I started shooting with my grenade launchers, trying to get a few hits on them, which actually didn't do any damage to them, unfortunately. But it must have just got rid of their bases, which means they were trying to move in with less material, which means if we got into a build battle, we'd be in a better position. I noticed that there was a big shield, so I was trying to take that as quick as possible. So I'm trying to bring bandages and shield, but unfortunately I'm not quick enough to get the bandages back from the storm, and I didn't want to risk losing life points if I was going to be the last one left. I knew I already had 75 health points, so even if I had just had the shield, I'd have been put up to 125. So I knew that once again I'm on a higher amount, and that we've probably got a better chance than nothing. So now I have just taken 22 damage, so I'm a bit worried. No, 32. So then I'm a bit worried because I'm like, I've just seen grenades being put at us, but then I think I still have loads of grenades left. So I start getting them, and I get one. And then luckily my next explosion killed them. So then my friend says he'll rush because he thinks that they're probably going to be low from my explosions. So then, just as this happens, I throw one down to probably just try and knock them back down. But they managed to get a bit of a high ground, so I build a stair for him. I start going up. He comes up with me. I build a floor just to try and protect us. He went through and he got the kill. And I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and I hope you did learn something from the video as well. I hope you enjoyed. Bye!